we're going to talk about the Ghostbusters trailer because, it's always controversial. They showed it. It's exactly what you thought it was going to be to me. You got Melissa McCarthy. Remember, I predicted 2 out of the 4. Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, who I think is funny on Saturday Night Live. She does an awesome Hillary Clinton, which is just fantastic. Leslie Jones, and Chris Hemsworth as the eye candy, I guess. He's like playing the secretary that's in the office there. I guess. So, it shows off. They showed off at the ghost effects. So in this version, it looks like they start with the team of the 3 of McKinnon, McCarthy and Kristen Wiig, and they're doing they're photographing an apparition. I like the effects of the apparition, trying to make it look like the old practical ones. Doesn't quite pull it off though. It's not just like superimposed like they did with, originally like 30 years ago. And then there's some slime effects, and then they show them. They get the exact same hearse Ecto 1. They get their outfits. They do the lines. They have some shots of ghosts. It ends with a really bad, unfunny sequence of one of them getting possessed and getting hit by the other Ghostbuster, and fade to black. It's pretty. I don't want to call it inoffensive, but it's to me, it's just there. I mean, I understand why people don't like the fact that it's associated with Ghostbusters because they feel like it doesn't have. My whole thing was be worried about the writing versus the fact that they're women. I always said that.
Yeah. If
the writing's strong, who cares?
Right.
But the writing's not that strong from what I'm seeing in this trailer. It sounds like it's retreading a lot of the same ground. It literally is in terms of the fact that you have the. I'm going to bring Racer in. The 3 white ones working together. You happen to have the 4th one come in and be black and just join up as the sort of the outsider that doesn't know. They're not in tune with the research, whatever. They're just coming. Same exact thing. And they go. It
also shows a giant thing walking down the street, just like in the first movie.
Oh, does it?
Second movie. I'm pretty sure there's a very large ghost they show walking. Down
it's like on stilts almost. I saw that. The Slimer's in it. I think real quick. I love Slimer.
So I mean, my opinion on it is. I don't really get the uproar. I guess that's because I'm not particularly attached to the Ghostbusters franchise. I like the first 2 movies. I think they're good. I actually like the second one. I'd watch both of them again and probably again and again. I know people are gonna, some people are probably gonna think, oh, how are you gonna let this pass? But you're gonna trash, Batman versus Superman. Well, I have some attachment to those characters. I don't have any attachment to this series. I thought the effects looked decent. Most, not all, of the humor was not nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. The roles don't seem to be as caricatured as I thought they might be. But it's just at the end of the day, it looks like a movie about fighting ghosts with an all-woman team instead of an all-male team, and I just don't care. I'm not going to go see it one way or another, but I don't think it looks remarkably awful.
No, it doesn't look awful. I just think it's there.
Yes, exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. It's there. It exists.
I think it'll do okay at the theater. I don't know if it'll do that well, just because you have a lot of Ghostbusters fans that are pissed off that probably won't see it. All female kind of action comedy. There hasn't really been something like that done, unless you count Zack Snyder's one. What the hell was that?
It's not an action comedy.
Well, action movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's not common to see an action movie with all women in it. It just isn't. Well, Chris Hemsworth, but he's just standing around to gawk at. But I think the problem for me is this, and why keep any of the references to the original then? Why don't you go all out? And if you think you're gonna alienate your fans by either having an all-female cast or whatever else, not including any of the original cast in it, making a whole new universe, why include the Ecto one that looks exactly like the original? Like, just do it totally different then. Why have outfits that
because
even
if you do it totally different, then the hardcore fans are going to find something else to bitch about. There's always going to be something to bitch about.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It doesn't matter.
But to me, it's almost like you don't almost at this point want to be reminded at all of the originals if you want to go in this entirely new direction. And having the
But I don't see this as an entirely new direction. Other than the fact that it's an all-woman team, it's not a new direction. It's not at all.
Okay. what the tone seems different. The tone does seem different.
Maybe a little bit. I really don't see it being a lot different, though.
The humor's dumbed down. It is, at least from this. The humor's dumbed down.
Sure.
About that goo went in every orifice and crack, whatever she said. The shit at the end was pretty. Oh, well, first of all, I hate when they end trailers with extended sequences that are like 30 seconds long.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, all right, you show me 30 seconds of the movie now, and it's like, that's not, like, why? Like, if you already sold them, like, someone I think cut like a shorter trailer. I saw this, and it was like a minute and a half long. Was so much better. Just cutting out and keeping it like, I guess, more darker and just keep with the theme of busting ghosts and keeping out more of the over top comedy. It actually worked better. So we'll see what happens. I do like the fact that they have different weapons besides the proton packs. They showed
yeah, that was cool. I thought
she licked the 2 guns. I actually love Kate McKinnon, how she looks with her hair. I think she looks cute with her like sort of yellowish hair and her goggles. Then the other one was punching ghosts.
This is just another thing that I'm going to forget about as soon as we finish.
I'm already forgetting about it now. I just want to see beefy Chris Hemsworth again.
All right.
But real quick though, there's actually people getting on it from the other side about they don't like the how the one black character is from the streets.
Okay, so let me put it this way. Yeah, it's not the greatest. It really isn't, and I think most listeners would agree when I say that. I'm a person who's a bit more sensitive to that shit, and I tend to call it out when I see it. It was over the top, and yes, a bit of a caricature. However, I was already going in looking for it because so many people were talking about that.
You think it was that over the top? She's like an MTA worker.
I think in certain aspects. I think in certain aspects it was a little over the top.
It's like she works on the subway.
But honestly, I just didn't see it as that big of a deal. And like I said, I'm a person who generally would call that shit out if it did appear to be. I wouldn't let that slide. Like I said, I think I really noticed most of it because I went in looking for it only because there was already a backlash.
I just think it's funny because the backlash came from the group that was wanted a movie like this, and they're going to find something to glom onto.
So I mean,
can't please everyone.
And
right?
yeah, at the end of the day, I really don't think it's as big of a deal as some people made it out to be.
I'll watch this on FX in a year or whatever it's going to be on
Sure.
HBO. I'll catch it and check it out. Again, for beefy Chris Hemsworth.